we throw a logo on there.
Yeah.
Looks really nice, but we kind of threw that in there just as a COVID special, if
Yeah,
you will,
there you go.
for
Well,
everybody.
I can assure you, joining the chamber, you're going to get your money's worth. And hey, we'll even talk about you on the radio, right? So,
Yeah, and I just got a brand new one that's hot off the press that Morris Pate, former mayor of Eureka Springs for 4 years over there. He came in as a volunteer and talking to him, and he said, "Well, I need to be a member." So,
yeah.
he is really a paid volunteer because
Yeah.
he paid to volunteer. But we're glad to have his involvement and all that he's going to help bring to the chamber as well. So,
well, that's awesome. So, we've always got lots of stuff to talk about, but we've got about 5 or 6 minutes here to go, and we need to talk about some of the events that are happening and coming up. Of course, you mentioned the tonight the double ribbon ceremony, and anything else we need to mention on there?
Yeah. Next week we've got Tuesday, Giorgio's Italian Restaurant. From 4:30 to 5, we'll be a business after hours. They'll have some hors d'oeuvres there and everything. If you hadn't been in there, that's a great place to go. And we'll have a ribbon cutting. Then Saturday next week, Hometown Scoop on the square as well is going to be hosting our first Friday coffee, so it's going to be special.
Well, they've got real good coffee.
They do. They absolutely do. They got a lot of good things there that are real good. Their lunch menu is awesome. I hadn't been in there for breakfast yet, but it's on my to-do list.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it then, for sure.
And then the other big thing that we broke out last week was the fire on the mountain on Saunders Heights.
That's right.
And that's another big event. It's going to be spectacular. We are accepting donations. The city has a fund set up that they are the ones that puts it on. We just kind of help them promote it, but we'll take the checks that are made out to the city and make sure it gets there too. But obviously, the more money we raise, the bigger the show. And, my mom lives 3 miles south of Berryville, and I didn't realize it until I was talking about it, but she goes out there in the front yard and watches the fireworks from there, 3 miles away. So it can be seen from all over.
Well, I can see it from my house. And, hey, we want to mention a great location to watch it is A.L. Carter Fields, but also the Carroll County Fairgrounds.
Carroll County Fairgrounds, the Carroll County Junior Fair Board is doing a fundraiser out there that's benefiting them. They've got concessions that's going, and the money that they raise also goes to the family fun night that they have at the Carroll County Fair.
That's awesome.
That they put on. They've got snow cones, cotton candy, drinks, pulled pork, nachos, hot dogs, Frito chili pies, and I think they may have a mobile concession stand going around. So it'll be a fun night. That'll be a awesome place to be.
Yeah, that's cool. So we'll be here again next week to talk about that again. But that's cool stuff, and we've got lots to talk about here. I know the ice cream social. It's coming up. The deadlines are coming up. But, we've talked about, and I know we've talked about it in the past, but the deadlines are coming up. But we've talked about some of our famous people. And I want to get on to that because, Tyler Whirley, Wednesday night was roping over at the Rodeo of the Ozarks. Now, he's a 2-time finalist, national rodeo finalist in roping, and I think he's the son of Dwayne Whirley, right?
Yes.
And so, but your campaign that you're developing for all this, is all these famous people, you've got a whole list of folks that done great things.
We do. I'm working on it. It's kind of been slow motion so far, but Pride in Berryville campaign just shows all the special things about Berryville, and the first thing is just the people. Tyler Whirley, if you want to be a professional rodeo person, you can get there from here. Berryville is the place that you can get anywhere you want to go. And I think about Tommy Ginn playing in the NFL. He got there from here. Aaron Hayes, who was ABC national broadcaster, she got there from here.
Yeah, from KTHS.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So she did it. It can be done.
And then Chris Insco, who he worked in the White House and was up there and now works with Starbucks. But you know, he went a long ways.
All the way to the White House. Now, you know, he's from here, but you got a great story about him, right?
Well, I did. When I worked for the Razorbacks, I'd always call him to get him to have Bill Clinton, president, sign items and send me stuff, and he was gracious, so I had him in my contacts. We were, when I was at Oklahoma State, Eddie Sutton was our coach, and he was going to be hitting 20 or 600 wins, and we're in a senior staff athletic meeting, and we're saying, what do we do? And they had thoughts, and I said, well, why don't we get the president to call after the game and put him on the PA? And they said, man, that would be awesome. That would be good. They said, well, how do we do that? I says, well, I know a guy. Let me go make a call. So I step out, call Chris. Fortunately, he answered immediately. And I told him what was going on. Bill Clinton and Eddie have been tight friends since back in the day when Eddie was coaching for the Razorbacks, and I knew it would be an easy connection. And Chris said, "Yeah, I'm sure he will do that. It'll be fine." And so within minutes, I walked back into the office, says, the president's good. He'll make the call. And they're all amazed at, how'd you do that? And I said, well, you know, I know somebody from Berryville. You know, everything runs through Berryville. So, you know,
that's remarkable. Really.
It really is, you know. Don't take Berryville for granted. So
you can, you know, if you need international presidential affairs, you just call Dean, right?
Not me, you know. Come to Berryville. Come to Berryville. That's what we're promoting.
Well, and I do. I think it's a great campaign for us. You know, I know we talked about being on Jeopardy last week, but you know, the people's what make us, right? You know, and there are some good people doing great things all across this land,
right?
So, you know, Dean, look up. I know we've just got a few seconds here, but man, we probably ought to start doing more stories instead of more information, right? I like the stories. I do. I enjoy it, Dean, and I hope our listeners do too. And tell First National Bank of North Arkansas, our great sponsor this morning, tell them thank you, and we appreciate them sponsoring
We
us.
do appreciate First National Bank for sponsoring this, and we hope it continues. And
Yes,
people are out there. I hope somebody besides my mom is listening. I know she's listening. So,
you'll get feedback from her anyway, right?
Let us hear from you.
Hey, Dean, great to chat with you. I look forward to next Friday. And, folks, I hope you have a great day and a great weekend, and you do the same, Dean.
Absolutely. It's going